to part 3 of the 5 interesting strumming patterns with me, David Delar, on the guitar. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. And also you can download the tab, free tab. So we're looking at pattern 3, and I chose this pattern mainly because it covers most of the things we've already talked about in a bit more detail. So we've got right hand dampening, so that's where the right hand is deadened in the strings. We talked about that in video 1. Then we're talking about these two voices, so we're talking about the low strings and the high strings and how they're very different. So the strumming happens on the higher strings, and then so it's mixing those techniques up a bit more. And then there's this percussive element to it as well. So on the and of 3, there's this sort of percussive hit on the guitar, which we haven't talked about either. So let's look at the rhythm of it. So we're going 1E and 2 and 3E 4. 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 Da 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 dum 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 dum. Again, always internalize these rhythms. Always like speak them, say them, move to them, feel them, tap them, hit them, do whatever you want. But you need to feel it. You need to groove. Otherwise, the whole thing isn't really worthwhile. Let's just look at the chords. So we're playing G major. You know where that is. The box will come up here magically, and we're going to C/G. So when I start off with this down, up, down on the low E string. So we're going down, up, down, down, up, down. So I'm muting with my left hand on the low E string, and I'm just playing that low E string 3 times, down, up, down. Then I'm kind of letting go of the muting, and I'm going down, down, up. So 2 downs in a row. Down, down, up. And on the up stroke, I'm changing over there to C/G. So that's strumming down, down, up. So padded muting, down, up, down, strum, strum. Yeah, down, up, down, strum, strum. Then we're going to do another little padded mute, and then an upstroke on the E of 3. Yeah, so it kind of has to kind of go in quite a fluid motion, because that all runs through pretty fast. So we're going down, up, down, strum, 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 pluck, strum. I can't say it and play it at the same time. Da da dum, da 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 da. Yeah, so that's palm muted, strum, 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 palm mute, and then an upstroke strum. And then on the very last beat of the bar, beat 4, we're going down with a downstroke back onto that chord. So da da da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we talked about adding a little percussive hit. So it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. I don't think at a slower tempo it kind of works. I think when it's a bit faster it works. So percussive sort of strumming is really about just kind of getting a nice sound out of the guitar by hitting the strings against the frets. So it's about kind of working out how hard you want to hit the guitar. Because if you hit it too hard, it chokes. If you hit it just lightly, you get a nice sort of soft sound or a lighter sound. So on the and of 3, so it's that hit. So you go in pluck, upstroke, hit, downstroke. Hopefully that makes sense. So we're going pluck, upstroke, hit, downstroke. So when we add that in, add another one then. And this percussive effect is really useful for when you're playing in like sessions and stuff like that. Because often in folk music you don't have a drummer, so or if you do, it's a band player and you want to ignore him. It's a joke. So yeah, so you want to add your own rhythm to the whole strumming thing. So let's just run through the rest of the chords. So we've got E minor, and then we're going to this sort of add flat 13, I guess. It's a C natural. We're adding a C natural. So it's an E minor chord, and then we're adding first finger, first fret B string is a C. Normally a 13 is essentially a 6 in an E minor chord. So if you're playing an E major scale, that 6 is C sharp. So when you play an E minor 13, it should be a C sharp. So if it's an E minor flat 13, it'll be a C natural. And technically, when you play a 13 chord, to call it an E minor flat 13, you would also need to have a 7 and a 9 and an 11 in the chord, but because we don't, it's an add flat 13. So anyway, it's the same rhythm, but on the E string. Then we can go to C major and go from C major 7, C major with a C major 7. A major 7 is a B because it's the 7th note in the degree of the scale. Play C major scale, go to the 7th note, it's a B. So a C major 7 is a C major with the first finger taken off. It's the chord of love, Burt Bacharach. So we're going from C major 7 to C major. So you basically put your first finger down. Now to do that, we need to move that first finger to the A string. So we're not playing the E string anymore, we're playing the A string. The A string is the root of C there, it's the third finger's on C. And then we're going to go to D. Except for it's a D sus 4, so a 4 in a D major chord, a scale rather, is a G. So we're adding a G. That's the fourth finger, so that would be first finger on the 2nd fret G string, third finger on the 3rd fret B string, and a little pinky on the 3rd fret E string. So D sus 4, and we're going to go down to a D major. That's the classic Summer of '69 vibe. So we're going D to D major, D sus4 to D major. And again, we're going with the root. So the root of this chord is D, and that can be found on a D string. So we're doing that figure at the start on a D string this time. Yeah. So if we run through the whole thing nice and slowly, we've got G major to C/G to E minor to E minor flat 13, C major 7 to C major to D major, sus4 to D major. And again, try applying this to other tunes, other songs, and see how you get on. Other chords, you know. Yeah, just try applying it to other chords you know, and use that strumming pattern in different ways. And then that way you internalise it a bit more, and the whole thing makes more sense. That's it. Good luck. Thank you very much.